Hello, I just finished the reading for Aries season, the season preview, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the sign-specific readings. So because it's Aries season and because that's a seasonal change, like we're going from winter to spring, I'm going to also include oracle for each of the modalities, I think. I was going to do it for each card, but that seems a little excessive, so I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm using the Star Spinner Tarot deck. It was a gift from my husband for our first anniversary, I believe, second maybe. And I'm going to use the Seasons of the Witch because, like I said, it's a season. It's a whole season on a season. It's like Insidious. It's like Inception. I loved the movie Insidious when it came out. It was like, oh, I need horror movies like this. But I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these a little bit. And just so you know, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being here. Be sure to like the video, do the buttons, share if it's applicable, and definitely come back if it's applicable. Subscribe if it's applicable. Do you. Do you, boo. Okay? So I am going to start with the fixed signs. Or maybe I should start with the mutables. I'll start with the mutables because we're in Pisces season currently. So I'll do the mutables. It is March 12th. I'll do the mutables and then I will move on to the No, I think I should do the fixed signs. It just makes sense. Fixed, mutable, cardinal. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Fixed, mutable, cardinal. Fixed, mutable, cardinal. Fixed, mutable, cardinal. This is for the signs. All right. So, using the Seasons of the Witch Oracle. Gonna shuffle this as well. And on the table you see cards because I literally just did the Aries season preview, so please be sure to check that out. All right. Let's see. For fixed signs, what is the major energy that you can provide for fixed signs to be in acknowledgement with and to align to for this Aries season, for the spring season? I'm going to do just one card, if that's okay. I do see Fire Festival. I don't know what that means. I guess it's a festival about fire. Ooh, manifestation number 23. Okay. Manifestation says, sometimes they come as a cool breeze upon your fingertips. At other times, they dwell in the depths of your soul. It is a dance between you and spirit as the magic unfolds. Okay. All right, fixed signs. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. Let's see. For Taurus, what does that mean for Taurus? What is the manifestation that's happening during this Aries season, spring season time? What manifestations is Taurus energy bringing? Ooh, the One of Coins, the One of Pentacles. Okay. Unexpected finance increase. Is that what it is? Oh, I feel like it's being rewarded for detailed work, for work that we've... Okay. Okay, so we got the Ace of Coins, the Eight of Coins, and the Eight of Swords reversed. So This is very much tied with the Aries season preview. Please go check that out. There's going to be a lot of reward that comes from all the attention that's being put into breaking free from mental stagnancy and mental chains, mental confusions that I think that we may place upon ourselves, but that the world may place upon us. And these mental aspects can be, or cognitive aspects, I'm not really sure of the distinction between cognitive and mental, but the cognitive aspects may also be distractions. I think there's going to be more reward for the things that you're able to focus on and fulfill than, like, the manifestation is going to come from that, as opposed from the things that we psych ourselves out about, the matters that we really allow ourselves to be distracted from or overwhelmed by. Okay? Beautiful. That's a beautiful message, I think. That was the Taurus message, the message from Taurus to the world. Okay? Sign specific. So that could be your placements are in Taurus, or if you just resonate with this, with the message, you know, because we all have placements in each sign, and I believe that we are all a part of each sign. Each sign is a part of us. That's what a whole person, a whole being is. Next, we're going to go into Leo. And then we're going to end in Aquarius. For the Leo energy, what is the manifestation energy? What is the tie to manifestation for this spring and for this Aries season? Leo, the fire brethren of Aries. What is the manifestation here? There's a beam of light coming from the manifestation chest. The main character, very Leo, of the card. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Ooh, the Empress fell over the Knight of Cups for the season preview. The Knight of Cups is reversed, so I think maybe it's breaking free of emotional tethers that are holding us back in order to better embody our aligned spirit. I just saw the Strength card and a big old lion. One more card for Leo, please. Oh, 2 more cards. All right. So for Leo, in terms of manifestation, we've got the Emperor, which I showed, the 2 of Swords reversed, and then we got the Queen of Coins and the 5 of Chalices. So the 5 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. For this manifestation, I think it's about stepping into the power of the Empress, which is very Leoan in itself to me. And into the spaces where there is no confused aspects, there is no push and pull of whether something is right, because it feels right. And especially when it comes to passions, with the Queen of Coins, we could be investing into, maybe we're getting a pet, maybe we're getting there's a new endeavor that we're involved in, or a new activity that we are finding ourselves more whole in. We're finding the wholeness of self in. With the 5 of chalices, we're being reversed, tied to this, and having that restoration in our life, of that new endeavor, or that new, I want to say fixation, but I think fixation is a term that's, a hot term. But definitely that new focus, that new focus will bring us toward the energies that help us to more expand. With the 5 of chalices, the depiction is pretty intense. It's like a lot of people vying for attention when Leo is the main character. What? And Leo chooses who to give their attention to. Okay? So I think it's important to embody that even more so during this Aries season. And again, do not succumb to the, if there are any moments of insecurity or confusion, okay? Don't let that be the super fixation that is there. Meditate. Do something to bring yourself out of it. I'm gonna pop this in here. Okay. All right, so that's the reading for Leo, and now we're gonna go into Scorpio. Scorpio. All right. That's good enough for me. Okay. So 3 cards just came out. The 8 of chalices reversed, the 6 of swords reversed, and the ace of swords. So Scorpio energy is just like, don't view anything that you have to go away from, don't view it as a loss, view it as an opportunity for a new beginning. That's what the Scorpio energy is saying to all of us. Okay? And then you can better fall into this manifestation energy, I think. Because you're distancing or detaching yourself from certain ideas, or certain people, or certain beliefs, or certain feelings, doesn't mean that those things won't thrive on their own in some way. Okay? That is what I feel like. Because when I look at the manifestation cards, we have these lady heads in the trees, and like this sunlight coming from the chest of this being, still, like, you nourish the tree. You did the work. There are bees thriving in the tree. There's a beehive. There's so much life in the tree that couldn't have happened without you. So let's see what else Scorpio energy has to say. Unless that was the message. Was that the message for Scorpio energy? That was quick. Scorpio's like, just get it done. Just do it. I did not keep the cards out. I'm shuffling. So let's go ahead and go into Aquarius. Oh, wow. Aquarius got the star. So check back to the season preview to see how that relates. But, and the 10 of coins on the bottom of the deck. But the card for Aquarius is also the star, so it makes sense. So the manifestation and ties of the manifestation. We have the Princess of Chalices reversed, the Knight of Chalices upright, and then the star. So I think that maybe Aquarius energy is right now saying that's not so much the things we love that we should focus on. It's the things that restore us in a sense that is sound foundationally, structurally. Oh wait, no, it's not discs, it's chalices. So maybe it's not about, for some of us, loving something else, but it's about loving someone else. It's about loving something else. It's about getting into a new groove, getting into another groove. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to disregard individuals, or I'm not saying to necessarily disregard individuals, but I think that there's going to be more self-love and more self-fulfillment by focusing on the restoration and the replenishment of your emotions, first of all. Your emotional sphere, becoming more emotionally intelligent, may be something really important for many of us at this time. And it definitely is for a lot of people. I feel like I could be one myself, but that's actually been one of my focuses for a while. And I think that there's way more to come of it than not. Because these flowers down here, they look a little wispy. They look a little dry, okay? I think there's more nourishment to come from that than not. Okay? At this time. All right? Awesome. Thank you, fixed signs. Thank you, Aquarius. Thank you, fixed signs. And the bottom of the deck being the 10 of chalices is just saying there is ultimate fulfillment here. Okay? And I think that there's going to be an alignment that occurs because of that. This puppy in Aquarius, they're the same dog. They're the same dog. Do you see that? Okay? Or that is the baby of the dog, the pup, you know? So give things time. Allow things to have time. Understand that things might take time at this time to really, might take your investment, whether that is an investment of your attention, investment of your time, investment of your resources. So just understand that. Next, I'm going to move into the mutables. Yeah, mutables. Oop, my stomach is growling. Okay. So what is the seasonal energy for the mutable signs? Inner power. So it may not be something that we are experiencing right now. I'm saying we because I am a mutable mama. And it is. Okay, so, but sacrifice is on the bottom of the deck for this one. So inner power may come from sacrifice. I feel like that's a bit of the energy that's been here. Okay. Next mutable sign is going to be Gemini. I'll go ahead and start with Gemini. The inner power says, let it be known, no will or desire is more powerful than I, embodied. Embodied. So that's very much the energy of the last sign of Aquarius. Check that out. Where it's not so much giving desire or love or attention to others, but also making sure that we're loved by ourselves, showing love to ourselves, and radiating love outward by happenstance, I guess. And then for the fixed signs reading, she looks like one of the heads, possibly that was in the tree, and this is the beam of light, sunlight, that's nourishing her body. Yeah, that's a tree spider on her face. What is the energy for Gemini? What is Gemini's energy for this Aries season, spring season? Wow, this is so Aries. I can't. I can and I must and I will, but like, seriously? It would be funny. There are 4 different versions of the Lover in this deck. They all mean the same thing, but I think that in terms of inclusivity, that's what this deck is sort of, highlighting. Bottom of the deck energy is the World. And yeah, so 2 of the cards are the Lovers. I'll go ahead and show them. I don't know if these cards will get me flagged because they actually don't have nipples or belly buttons, or, they're very artsy nude. Okay, so the last card is the Ace of Coins reversed. Okay, so this is just more so saying more or less the message that has been here about what happens when you do choose to give love outside yourself, right? You're investing into another person. And for Gemini, that may be great. That may be great for the Gemini energy. There's fruit everywhere. There is potential for fruitfulness. But I think that it's more of having a loving, cognitive mind for others. Doing things with the intention of love for all, harm of none. I would say be mindful of your resources. Be mindful of the way that resources are expanded and expended during this Aquarius season. There may be a room where there's no chance to, and where there's a shift in resources we can't really do much about. Okay, whether that's the increasing of resources or the depletion, I'm not sure. With this Ace of Coins coming out reversed, I would think more depletion, but also this could be financing something and having to invest money into something that we do love or someone that we do love. Okay, and I think that is going to best reflect our inner power for some of us, right? The World is on the bottom of the deck, so if me saying to the love of all and harm to none, that's definitely giving me this World energy and giving the outward love, giving the outward idea of love to others. Maybe because there's already been so much accumulated for ourselves already. So there's that. Okay. Thank you, Gemini energy. Interesting. I'm going to separate these lovers. I'm just throwing them back in here, child. All right. Next we have Virgo. Okay. Let's see what the Virgo energy is letting us know. Inner power. How is Virgo's energy going to enhance inner power at the time of this Aquarius season, this spring season? Number 20. Maybe number 20 is prevalent to some of y'all. Allowing ourselves to just be in existence unbothered. I feel like that is definitely the card of this inner power card. Okay. Let's get 2 more cards. 2 more cards for Virgo's energy, please, to clarify this inner power. Okay. They said 2 it is. All right. So, oh, yeah. So we have the King of Chalices, the Queen of Wands, and Temperance. So I think this is just Virgo energy. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So I think that you're learning to be at one with the potentially volatile energies around you. Temperance is about balancing it out. It's learning to be at peace so that others can be at peace, and so that you can gravitate to those things that are more truly aligned with you, right? There is growth here, there is embrace, and there is gentility, there is focus. So embodying all of those things during this Aries season will enhance your inner power and your confidence. And the Queen of Wands fell right under the inner power card, and I feel like they're very aligned with each other. The color scheme and everything. Okay? The fact that they're here, let me put this closer so you can get a better. Okay? She looks like one of the sunflowers. So just remember that you're all encompassing, and that you can embrace multiple levels of being at once. You can be confident and gentle and fierce, okay? Fierce, honey. Allow that understanding to support and nourish you and your wisdoms going forward through this Aries season. Great, that's good energy. That's cool. It's very confident, very confident. Be confident. That's what Virgo energy is saying. Be very confident. This is the bottom of the deck energy, by the way. Okay, great. Be very confident. I think that there's going to be, that's really going to help with adapting at this time. If you find yourself in the mode of having to adapt to anything, okay? All right. And lastly, we have Sagittarius for the mutable signs. Let's go ahead and see what energy Sagittarius is bringing up in here. Thank you. Source, you're the bomb. Creator, you're the most high. Okay? So, without you, there would be no us. Right? Amen, amen. Sagittarius. How does the Sagittarius energy, how's the energy of Sagittarius aligning with this inner power energy? With this embracing of inner power, with this embodiment of inner power, the reflection, being the reflection of inner power. Oh, so we have the Seven of Chalices, choices. Okay, you got some choices, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is saying that we have the choice. We have the choice to really make the most of Aries season, of our efforts in the past, the future, the now, but particularly for this reason in the Aries season. Wow, the world is upside down, okay? Ooh, if you don't make a choice. Ooh, if you don't make it, you can't not make a choice. That's what I'm feeling. But if you choose to not make a choice, you're going to be in a reality of stagnancy at the times when of Aries season. And grounding and staying still is not always a bad thing. Yeah, there's more clarity provided by staying still and being understanding of where you are at any given time and where you would like to find yourself in the future based on the realities of your past. So I think that is important to keep in mind. Temperance is on the bottom. Sagittarius's energy. Again, the energies for the signs have been coming out. Okay. Yeah. It'll take time to undo a lot of things as well. That's what I'm feeling. Undo a lot of the things that are normal to us, that have kept us feeling like we're in control. A lot of the things that have kept us feeling in control are going to have to be undone, I feel like, and that's going to help us have a more stable mind, and present more clarity for us. And I feel like that's going to better help us embrace this inner power that is asking to be embodied and asking to be recognized and asking to fulfill us. Okay? Beautiful. Yeah. When the bottom of the deck energy for the oracle for the season of the witch is sacrifice, reversed though, and it may feel like a sacrifice, but I think that we have to see it through a lens of progress, a lens of revamping, a lens of re-educating, and that will help take us and align us with the choices that are, with more choices even, that fulfill us and that we're able to find ourselves empowered by. Yeah. So that is that. It's all going to take time. It's all going to take balance. And maybe there's been time and balance that's been put into, whatever focus we have at the time of Aries season, and going into Aries season or coming out of it, revolving around Aries season. Thank you so much, Sagittarius energy. And then we're going to go into the cardinals, and this is the final of the modalities and the final modality card that's being pulled. I'm going to go ahead, shuffle, mix it up. Oh. For cardinal energy, that's Aries. Primal. There is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. Say more. So let's go ahead and go into go into Cancer and see what the energy is there. Why it ties to this primal card, this primal energy. Let me go ahead and show it to you. Okay. She's fierce. How is Cancer energy extrapolated, expanded, expressed through this primal energy? How is Seven of Coins, Princess of Chalices, I feel like so far it's saying that, let me see what the bottom of the deck energy is. Pegasus, break free, dear one. Spread wide and far. You aren't containable. You are limitless. And the bottom of the deck energy here is the High Priestess, but she is reversed. So let's turn her back around. High Priestess energy. Cancer energy is saying Seven of Coins to the Princess of Chalices, to the Eight of Coins, okay? Cancer energy is asking us to really review, to really look back and see the times that we have given ourselves to others, the time and the energetic involvement of giving ourselves to others, and how that's contributed to us feeling out of alignment with ourselves. That's truly what I feel is in this message, and for us to sort of make the choices to go forth, to continue to pour into those situations and individuals, or to go and pour into ourselves or into other focuses in order to feel restored, for one, but to create a sense of balance, structural sound balance in our multiple facets of ourselves, emotionally, mentally, physically even. I feel like primal is talking about like those physical, innate, matters. There's a potential for finding something or discovering a situation that you are tied to, that you feel tied to for life, and that you have put a lot of energy into, that you're dedicated to the growth of. And especially with this primal card, the Cancer energy is asking you to not change your nature, rather to adapt and to do the hard work, to restore this High Priestess energy. Okay, happy Women's Month. Okay. All right, so that is the energy for Cancer. That Cancer is giving. And with this Pegasus, okay, like soar, energy to soar, energy to expand, to help us expand at this time. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and tap into Libra, and then Capricorn, and then Aries. What is Libra saying to us about this primal energy for Aries season? And Aries season is like the start, the original, and I feel like that is primal. Ooh. Okay, three. Okay, three. So we have the Four of Coins. We have the Five of Chalices. We have the Three of Swords. And we have the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Bod energy, okay? Four of Coins. You have to understand, I feel like this is what the Cancer energy is saying, that there's a need to understand that with gains, typically there are losses. And just because there has to be losses doesn't make it any more heartbreaking, and doesn't make it any more difficult, any less difficult. But in order to get to the apex of where you are aligned with those things that are love, that are mirroring you, and not to say that you're same per se, but that, the things that you want out of life that are aligned with you, that are nourishing you, and that you are able to then nourish and be aligned with and to balance with in a profound way. That's going to take some trimming of fat. That's going to take some letting go of certain beliefs, certain practices, potentially. Okay, definitely some thoughts, some beliefs, some cognitive realignments are going to come with this energy to make it so you're not in a space of regret, about any of the choices that have to be made. You may need to cut your hair. You may feel like cutting your hair, but then it's like, going through a manic episode, okay? Maybe like in wanting to cut your hair, but then having the love and support of others to be like, you're going through something, not to say, no, don't do that, but to say, I think you're going through something, and to see you and to reflect you, as I said before, okay? Well, I'm not going to go into that too much more. Yes, thank you, Cancer. I realized that I maybe didn't think every energy, sign energy, and now that I am, it feels like there's just a different essence happening, a different flow. Next, we're going to go into, that was Libra. We're going to go into, what's that, Libra? Let's go into Libra. Let's see what Libra has to say. I feel like that was Cancer. Or maybe it started out as Libra, and then I started talking about Cancer. Okay, so let's see what Libra has to say. Libra, how are you tied to this primal energy? We're going to just do this card. Thank you. Princess of Coins. The Wheel of Fate. I don't know what you've been told. Eight of Chalices. So the reward. Oh, and then on the bottom of the deck, Ace of Coins. Right up. So Ace of Pentacles. Princess of Pentacles. Wheel of Fate, Wheel of Fortune reversed. And Eight of Chalices. So to me, the Eight of Chalices is about walking towards something, but also walking away from something. And I feel like the reward at this time, the primal reward, the reward that relates to this primal energy, is that it's almost like being in a state of stillness. It's being in a state of stillness and smelling the roses, smelling the flowers around you, giving you a chance to take in your environment and your situation, and to look at it from a lens that's not so involved, so that you can find reward in it, and also so that you can grow from it and grow with it, alongside it maybe, okay? That is that. With the Wheel of Fate, it is saying stillness to me. It says that the wheel is not spinning. It says that not only that, but there may be eyes on you. There may be a lot of eyes on you right now. And, or there may have been a lot of eyes on you. But by choosing to be still and choosing to embrace this stillness, you're better maintaining anything going on around you, anything going on in your life. So yeah, there you go. That's the Libra energy. Yeah, there's a fortified barrier that's been found that you don't need to knock down until you're ready to, and you don't need to build a gate. You don't need to go through a gate. There is a gate there, but you don't need to go through that gate until you're ready. Until you've been fulfilled. Until everything checks and balances out. All right, so now we're going to go into Capricorn. Capricorn, how does your energy tie to this primal energy? This primal this aspect of primal energy during the Aries season. During the Aries season, I feel like my voice changes a little bit as I go on. It just gets a little more tired, you know. I can't control that, so I'm just going with it. I'm not taking those. Oh. But I am taking this. Let's see. One more for Capricorn, please. All right. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit, the Hierophant reversed. You're doing things differently, it feels like. You're ready to do things differently. Wow. Wow. Okay, so for Capricorn, you got the Princess of Coins reversed, the Four of Coins reversed, and the Ace of Wands reversed. So Capricorn, and on the bottom of the deck, the Hierophant reversed. So I think that maybe Capricorn energy is saying that things may feel shaky right now. Things may feel uncertain, but to recognize that there is stability to be found, there is stability to be recognized, and that the idea of stability is creating this barrier for you, but also it's creating a gateway for you. So it's double dutying, double dutying. And though things may not feel as confident right now, or you may not be finding as much passion in things right now, that it may be urging you to do things differently, to go about things differently, to not do things the way that they've always been done, and to take any downloads you have, any ideas you have, and to put them into action. Okay? Primal. Okay? Thank you, Capricorn. And then lastly, we have Aries. Lastly, but not leastly, we have Aries. I'm going to go ahead and put these bad boys in here. Like that. Aries. The sign of the hour, because it's almost an hour so far. Let's see what Aries energy is and how it's tied to this primal energy. Okay. 32 may be significant to some of you. 30 may be significant to some of you. I feel like that's... Well, we have a card that did not surface. I'm not taking this because I wasn't focused like I should be. And then the 10 of Chalices reversed. Okay, so that's intense for the Aries energy for Aries season. Tidal energy for the tidal sign. Okay, let's see what it is. 5 of Swords, 10 of Chalices reverse, 2 of Swords. Aries, this Aries message is dealing with what to do when not knowing what to do, or how to go forward without certain emotional needs, all while having a lot of cognitive challenges, mental challenges, longing. There's a sense of longing here, a sense of needing to be fulfilled. I'm gonna shuffle and pull another card. I'm going to put this card here because this is the original bottom of the deck energy. And I'm going to pull another card for you, Aries. Oh, I'm not going to pull another card. On the bottom of the deck energy is the Magician. The Magician is letting you know that you have what it takes to rectify a situation, to restore a situation, to find a sense of resolution. Even though it feels like it's impossible or like you don't know what to do, the Magician energy is here to remind us that we have the resources, we have the competency, we have the understandings that will bring us to a point of beginning, a point of igniting, a point of understanding ourselves and the environments that we're in and the resources that we have, so that we can go forth and we can begin again if needed. This is the Magician. He has all the resources. This person has all the resources needed to feel fulfilled. It's just recognizing that. And I feel like this definitely has to do with some sort of loss. There's been a theme in these readings of loss and having to find ourselves in a state of resolution about a loss, like calm resolution. So I definitely feel like meditating, praying, getting rest is going to be very important at this time. Before the Five of Swords is the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords struggles with rest and nightmares. So that may be something that some of us may be experiencing. I've been having crazy dreams myself. I did have a lot of nightmares this past weekend. So I'm just saying, I'm trying to give a personal reference so that you understand and you know that you're not alone if this message is resonating with you. I feel like there's a lot of hopelessness. And remember that this Pegasus message, the one that says break free, dear one, spread wide and far, you aren't containable, you're limitless, it's reminding you that you have what it takes. Remember that you are loved, even if you don't have a particular person or something along those lines to convey that to you in your life. Primal. Love yourself. Do what you can to love yourself. Self-love practices, staying hydrated, reading, going for a walk in nature. These things are going to restore and bring us back to the beginning of alignment. I'm going to go ahead and end there, but thank you so much for sticking along if you did. And also remember to stay light, be love, and that you got this all throughout spring season, all throughout Aries season. And yeah, take care. Till next time.